along as well. You guys can hear by the sound of the chopping that we have ourselves a game, and it's important that we tune in right from the beginning on Socotra, because one of the most common things for players to do is to immediately go forwards, get loom very, very early, and send a couple vills forward and start laming their opponent's res if they can. So RonaldRage has done a good job of running around and snagging all those sheep right off the start. Snippy has done the same. Players start with a single boar, a patch of deer, and regular 8 sheep. But the single boar means that if your boar spawns at the front, Pota can send their scout forwards and lame your boar right away. It's a really common strategy on Socotra. It gives you a huge advantage. And we'll get a channel point prediction running. Flip that.
Hey Grad. Libo bashed both my kneecaps and wants to say something.
Lubov not saying too much, but maybe you cheat comrades think why Greif never showed kneecaps on stream. It's because they get beaten. If that's your kneecaps are right here, I don't see them getting beaten. Nobody's going to beat my kneecaps. That seems
You
okay.
right to jail.
Exactly. I'm getting the prediction set up. Once it became evident they were not going to immediately lame each other. It's going to be 2 minutes long. Going to be short. I can't fit. There we go. Prediction is running. What if kneecaps are spider legs? Hey, you know what? I believe that one day I will have my regular legs back. No, you won't, Jeff. I'm never giving you regular legs. I actually tried to commission my mother, who's a watercolor painter, to paint Jeff's legs at one point. I can't remember why that didn't work out. Santa Driver says, I think JoJo has this.
Bruh. See ya.
RonaldRage will be in the north playing in blue as the Malay. And so far, we've not had any res significantly stolen from either player or by either player. RonaldRage has not really pushed any of the deer in. Let's look at scouting here. Gonna go try and find his opponent. Oh, he's doing the joke from 5 minutes ago thing. Prediction names are wrong. Smart ass. All right. I don't know how to fix this. How do I fix this?
Why?
Look, this is why I'm supposed to have mods. Do I see any mods doing anything? No. I have to do everything myself. I'm just a lonely streamer. It's just me and Emma Stonewalls. Type the whole thing again. I'm trying to catch. You guys suck. And by you guys, I mean my mods. Alright, this time I got it. This time I did it correctly, alright? Shush. Shush. I got him. I have a mod from Mem. What do you expect? High quality? Got him. Take that, every Mem mod. It's okay. I think I called C-Box a stream sniper, Emma. Oh! Wow. Now, is that worth it?
Emotional, damn it!
Because it's going to bash the crap out of that gate. That's a sick play by Snippy in the house, regardless. At least it's showy. I appreciate a man who walls his opponent's scout while taking his sheep a tile away from his town center. That's a man with class and dignity that I can respect. And he let his scout in, and he knocked the other scout down. So he let his, he opened the gate and just sniped it with his scout, which is full HP, by the way. Red gonna drop a barracks on this hill. I like this barracks. I hate our res location, but I like this barracks. Snippy's res location slightly better. You could wall to like this. Set up a choke to your TC. Socotra can be surprisingly wally if players don't lay him right off the start. Still a perfectly intact scout here, getting some good information from Snippy. He was a little bit late to scouting. He pushed in all of his deer. It looks like RonaldRage chose to mill his deer instead, although that was obviously choice made from slightly by Snippy in the house who walled it in. And Snippy is going to send out some men-at-arms. It is going to be men-at-arms here for the Malian player. These guys get free Pierce Armor in Feudal Age, extra Pierce Armor. And I think we were going to wait we should have waited for men-at-arms. Like, sure, Snippy knows, or pardon me, RonaldRage knows this is here, but you still wait for the boost in attack and HP and everything. And we are going to push RonaldRage right off of gold. We'll watch that worker efficiency for RonaldRage drop immediately. His next option for gold is going to be back here. Maybe could have opened up Feudal Age with a tower. We do have archers ready to pop out. We got enough gold that we could take to it. We don't even need to take this gold. You can just pull all these gold. This is a bit of a... We do not need this gold right now. We are definitely sent way too many villagers to gold to begin with. Like, it should have been no more than 4, I think. And then subsequent to that, after we got pushed off by the men-at-arms, just wait till you get your archers out, right? Like, you have so much gold. You can make like 4 archers with that, I think. Tower will go down on the gold. But I mean, we could have just walled. Imagine if the barracks and the range were here. Although giving up all that would have been bad. And this tower should be like here somewhere. Although I guess having it, it's not even, is it in range of the TC? It might be in range of the TC there. That's okay too. Because it kind of protects the berries a bit as well. I give this tower a B-. Good effort. You can do better. I might bump it up to a B+ actually because of the berry range. Nah, I'm going to give it a B+. We'll give it a B+. Nice job. Push yourself next time. And the two most brave straggler tree taken villagers in the world, just begging for a round of archer shots in the face. This Bill's gonna die. And at least get the house up. Get the house up. Hit the house. Hit the house. Gotta hit the house. Oh God. Ah, that stings. No, don't hit another house. Can we quick wall it out? No, just hit the house. You gotta accept, at a certain point, you need to accept losses, guys. So you minimize them. Because if you don't accept the loss, then you can't minimize it. In this case, RonaldRage was like, I'm not gonna lose this Bill. And should have just been like, okay, I've lost the Bill. Let's make sure I at least get the house up. Because then you get the house up, your opponent goes, oh, well, he got the house up. Crap. Maybe they misreact while I click the house 15 times. Everybody doesn't know that I'm talking about this house that I keep on clicking. See this house that I'm clicking?
Yep.
RonaldRage has little to no respect for extinction laws or hunting regulations and snipes the endangered lion.
Yep.
You're part of the problem, RonaldRage. You wonder how Greg the Golem from 3 games ago is doing? Yeah, me too. I forgot all about Greg the Golem. What do the Malay really do against archers other than their own archers? I mean, they get Arbalest, they get Thumb Ring, they get all the upgrades. So, and then you just go Bombard Arb. Malay with the faster ups should be like really pushing their timing. But it's actually Snippy that's going to have the better timing here. Or even in Vils. The army in favor of Snippy now, though. Ooh, unless we win this fight. Snippy lacking armor. I don't know if Snippy he had the numbers and he thought he was going to win. I kind of thought he was going to at first, but then I was like, man, this fight's going really good for RonaldRage. And now RonaldRage has the army lead. And 6 archers to 1. The men-at-arms still being frustrating over here on the berries, though, in the back. How you doing, Hyper Corget? This guy should have been... Alright, well... I was about to say blue needs to hop into the house, but because they look like the Khmer architecture style, but nah, it's okay. We brought our archers back. We can finally clear this army up, get these guys right back to work. We should still finish this wall on this side. Like, look at the nice... Now that's what I'm talking about. Look at those wonderful, wonderful walls. That's how to do it. We have a grand total of like 5 houses that we didn't include in our wall. And these were built to set up a choke earlier on. We still have a 4-tile gold over here, too. Blue, meanwhile, has blocked off a whole bunch of their 4-tile gold with houses. Here we go. Now, the Malay can get away with the later up. This is quite a bit later, but remember that fast uptime, so it means this is a lot closer than it seems. To the point where I almost don't even think that this is a bad idea. I actually think this is fine. Is to go forwards and just try and be irritating a little bit with the archers. And then click up. And then as soon as you have crossbows start to pressure, you can fall back. They're going to have like a minute on you. 2 minutes on you at least. See how long it takes RonaldRage to work his way up here. We've got Bodkin. We're going to move out. We have quite a range advantage. Well, 1 tile over here. Is it 5 to 7? Right? Yeah, 5 to 7. An interesting fight to try to take. We're still one-shotting crossbows. As long as you're one-shotting crossbows and you're in range of them, it almost doesn't matter because the crossbows will slightly overfire on the archers if they're being focused. And, I mean, that almost wasn't a terrible fight. Almost. The problem is now we don't have army to defend from the next batch of crossbows, and we are going to have to wait until we have our own crossbow upgrade. Now, this was a really quick up. Again, the Malay get those faster ups. But even though RonaldRage has, like, 2 minutes of idle time, the game's a lot closer than it might otherwise be. We got ourselves a classic pause. Classic pause situation. Can he see the workshop? But the tower maybe. Nope. If he had town watch, I think the tower would see the edge of it maybe, right? How many tiles is it? That's 1 tile. That's 1 tile right there. Time for an ad now. We got lots. We have 40 minutes. Falling Sky, I'm going to show you the great ad god. Okay? This is the great ad god. That's the great ad god. His name is Steve. He tells me when I run ads, so Twitch gives me money. Down goes a Vil. When you right-click the mango onto villagers, they get one shot. If you attack ground and you directly hit them, they do not. Oh god, the lag spike. I mean, now we know that workshop's there. For sure. We have a defensive workshop of our own going up. Ooh, I really like this play. Oh, Snippy's not going to see this coming. This is sick. No reaction from Snippy. The archers are going to come in. Crossbow hits. We don't have Bodkin. It doesn't matter. These should still be enough to do. Oh, look, this is an actual sick play here from RonaldRage, who's using Snippy's push against him, using Snippy's own push as a distraction play for his crossbows to break in the back. Panic quick walls going down at the back of Snippy's base now. EcoKD 3-0 in favor of Snippy at this point, though. But these guys just need to dive. Send these guys in and the game ends. Oh, RonaldRage, send the crossbows in. Just ignore. Oh, if you even just shoot this house. Ronald, you got to get in here. This has got to be a dive, right? You have to dive in. And just because of that, Snippy sees the danger at play here and is deciding to close that off further. Now, RonaldRage might be a little bit distracted by the two mangoes and the other batch of crossbows that are at his base and his loose Vils on the left side. But boy, this game could end with the crossbows if they went in. The opponent doesn't want you to get in. I mean, he could have been sitting some of the crossbows while sniping Vils. Now he's got the same problem in the back of his own base. And that's got to be a quick wall. That's got to be a quick wall. Oh my god. So many Vils are going to die. 3 already. EcoKD is 10-4. The crossbows died. The crossbows got wiped out, but it's too late now. Ronald, as soon as that fourth house went down, as soon as that palisade, or as soon as that foundation, crossbows looked like a little bit of them wandered into the TC. They are slowly wearing away at this palisade in the back of the map. Nice mango snipe there from RonaldRage. A solid defense. And you know what? The eco efficiency here for Snippy is slightly worse. Oh no, the archers break in. And that's a big fat GG there. How many Vils are going to die? I don't know that it matters. There's no way we're going to save enough to save this game. And a sick play. The mango's creeping back, though. We could get a bada boom. That might flip things back on its head a little bit here. A nice attack ground from RonaldRage. I wish I had some more clips during all that last part. That was a sick sequence. Sick couple minutes of play here. Socotra delivering. These guys can die now. They did their jobs. Saving them now is just like a nice extra. They're a really nice extra, actually. Hey, we got so much out of that push. What a sick sequence.
It's still good. It's still good.
It's gone.
I know.
All right, well, Snippy in the house. In the aftermath of all of that, everybody take a breath. In the aftermath of all that, Snippy in the house is 15 villagers up. On a map this small, that can be a death sentence. But RonaldRage is ahead in the great mango production war. And you make enough mangoes, you can kill just about anything in Castle Age, except for a castle, which Snippy ain't got. All of his stone is very, very, very exposed and untakeable. So if RonaldRage just kind of applies the pressure, or even just goes to stone, he might still be in it, especially if he clears a bunch of army out and starts a full push. But he needs to siege push. Full siege push is definitely the best option here for RonaldRage. Gonna lose another bunch of villagers on this side in a second. That's really not good. We need to take this gold, and we can't. The mangonels only work as a dissuasion if your opponent doesn't care about losing the archers. If they're willing to sacrifice the archers for Vils, it gets a little nasty. We are going to take this archer range out. Toot sweet, though. Oh, God. And the archers coming to the back of RonaldRage's base. And no reaction from Snippy. He definitely could have killed 5 or 6 vills there. 100% could have ended the game. I mean, it's on tenterhooks to begin with, but definitely could have ended the game with that push right there. We'll try and track both of these sequences here at the same time. We got archers coming around the back. Tiny idle villagers. RonaldRage's worker efficiency down around 30%. But the pressure is on Snippy, who looks poised to lose this siege workshop. Now, it's going to be contingent on what this mangonel does. The group of crossbows got away. I can see them kind of sneaking away in the mini-map there, by the way. And we are going to lose at least 1 mango. We cannot afford to lose the second mango. We are going to lose the second mango. And that's disaster for RonaldRage. Ooh, splits! Despite the sadness. The sadness, you can't split away his sadness. And the crossbows are back, and this time they're mad.
It's gone.
And it's gone. What a great game. Really well played by both players. RonaldRage with one of the better losses I've seen. That was great. Snippy's crossbow micro on point though. That was a hell of a game. Nothing like some pressure to make Socotra just a little bit extra fun. Something about actual stakes plus Socotra produces like great watchable Age of Empires 2. Let's head him back to the the draft. Not the bounties. Bounties are Sundays. Guys, I might not be around for bounties tomorrow, by the way. Since we got everybody here, I may not be here for bounties tomorrow. Or it might be a short stream. So just a heads up. Thank you, Ronald. Much appreciated. I will update your Civ drafts here. So you both will have 2 civs left. Malay go down and Malians win. Byzantines and Vietnamese and Byzantines for Snippy. Cumans and Aztecs for RonaldRage. And we're going to Arabia. So if you like Arabia, good, because we're going there. They play good for 1200 elo. They play you can tell that once I think you get above around like I want to say like 1150 1200 elo, you start seeing the strategy of the game come out a bit more. That number has worked its way steadily down. It's making the quality of Age of Empires 2 better over time. As like the barrier to playing the strategic part of the game seems to drop, although like the reason for that is because the overall skill level is risen. So I don't know that it actually makes an easier barrier for entry, but it is nice that it's more the strategic part of the game is being seen more often. It makes these games a lot more interesting. Casting the viewer show matches back in 2020, it was like, who's going to potato less? This is a lot like, hey, who's going to make the right decisions, which is inherently more interesting and fun. Also with the micro, everybody splits, everybody quick walls. We literally had a scout get quick walled in that game. Something you wouldn't see below 2K like 5-6 years ago. Socotra, Arabia, and Runestones. I like that we have Arabia 2 times in the map. Well, technically we have it 4 times. There's Arabia. What are the other 2 Arabia likes? There's Habub. There's Runestones. What's the other one? There's one other Arabia like. Meadow. This is JoJo's dream map. Habub is not like Arabia. Sure it is. You start with 2 boar. There's wood. It's open. Yeah, there were some really good attack grounds as well. Habub is way more aggressive. They're Arabia lakes. They're obviously not going to be exactly like Arabia. But it's an open land map that has a standard Arabia start. Where you have it's not like a hybrid map or a nomad start or Socotra or Budapest or Mega Random. You don't start with walls. That's what I mean by Arabia like. Wait, I got a sub? Yes, Lazy Lads. Chopsticks. I think you might have got it from Chopsticks at the start of the stream. He dropped 20. Thanks again to Chopsticks and Bill Shankly, who we had sub gift dropped in a donation sponsorship, basically. What is Socotra classified as? Weird. Off meta. So there's weird is off meta. Just strange, like Budapest, Socotra, Water Nomad. There's one other weird one somewhere. Mega Random. These guys started? Is this a real timer? They still have not started, or does that mean that they've started? Basically, if I back out and then I go again, you guys can see me do it. And then it gives the same time, then we know that they haven't actually hit the start button yet. That's okay. Oh, they started. See, now we know. Maybe we could consider a 9-ville start for show matches. Is that the next big? I was considering doing the T90 Titan League. So here's my thought process. We originally did Lords of the Sandbox, which was Kings of the Desert settings, but here. And then we did, instead of Masters of Arena, I did Masters of Anything But Arena. And there was some other thing that I imitated too. But the idea is that whatever the active tournament is, that we would make it accessible to people who don't have the time or the energy or the elo to go and enter one of those tournaments. So bring the settings to the people. So I was going to do that for Titans League, but I was like, I should just be doing format testing for my own tournament. Like, I feel like I'm not doing my job, and I need to do format testing at some point. And this format, I truly believe, is really good for competitive play. It makes for interesting matchups all the time. You got Aztecs versus Byzantines. Now, correct me if I'm wrong, but the Byzantines basically just murder the Aztecs, right? You go unless the Aztecs go like monk spam. Now, RonaldRage is an arena clown, right?
Heck?
Arena is boring as fuck. I should have done Masters. The thing is with Masters of Arena is it was the only 1v1s that were happening were all in Arena. And I really didn't want to watch more of it, and I don't like faking being enthusiastic about stuff. I'm sorry, I just don't. I actually despise doing that. That makes me miserable. Pretending to be happy makes you sad. Byzantine is the worst matchup for Aztecs. Yeah. They go Cataphract and then their own monks, right? Or if they go Arbalest, they have better Arbalest than you because Aztecs lack Thumb Ring. If you try to go Eagles, they make two Cataphracts and just kill you. I don't know if you manage to get the power spike in Eagle. I think your best hope is the Imperial Eagle's power spike. Is just like crossbow play in Castle Age, get through Castle Age, maybe semi-fast imp or quick imp, and then Eagle spam and just overwhelm your opponent with like Eagle rating. I think is probably your best hope is the Aztecs here, right? On an open map like Arabia. The thing is, Snippy is actually kind of situated in a corner. And he has rear gold and rear main stone. Okay, I'm going to run a prediction now. We'll pay out last one, which was Snippy, right? Game 1. And I'll run the prediction for this game. Chat is awesome vibes today. You guys are great. Predictions are running. But I could see doing it for Warlords. So yeah, or we could still come around once Platinum for T90's Titan League start. I could go from Platinum viewers like T90 Titan League Platinum formatted show matches, and then right into
Well, how is his wife holding up? To shreds, you say?
And then right into Warlords then. How's that sound? I think after Warlords is when Rang of Fire should start. I wanted to run Rang of Fire in like December this year, which is my 1v1v1 tournament.
Salve.
So at some point I have to transition from Warlords into 1v1v1s. I don't know how I'm gonna fit all this shit in. We might have to make two. We might have to make 2 Showmatch days, guys. We might have to like do like free-for-alls on Sundays and the standard show matches on Saturdays. Something like that. I hear clonking. What is this clonking? Oh! All right, well. Gotta be quick here, Snippy. Gotta be quick here, Snippy. Whoa. Now, trading a villager for a scout, 100% worth it. So that's 2 games in a row now where Snippy's managed to wall in RonaldRage's scout. No! How did he get out? Ah, Snippy didn't react to him breaking the other house. Look at the idle TC time. That's RonaldRage's signature move.
But nay.
0 building armor. No longer yours. Yeah, I don't know why he's idling. Just not hitting the old HQ button, maybe. Feeling down and out about getting walled in 2 games in a row, but he made it out. You should be psyched. Could be nerves. Yeah, you guys, everybody, a lot of people, there was someone in one of the previous show matches that was like angry at the players, and I called JoJo dumb. But the answer is that like nerves definitely factor in. I can tell you during my show match with Mish, there was like stuff that I was doing. I'm like, why am I doing this? I'm like, this is so stupid. And I was like, just like so nervous. You make mistakes. You're thinking about the wrong stuff. It happens. Ooh, can we get this? That Loom just, let's go. What a quick wall from Snippy in the house, or should I say the Viper himself. He does it again. That was insane. Oh, we're watching that in slow motion. We're watching that in slow motion. All right, so you got to know that Snippy was watching the eagle. He gets hit with the eagle, and his reaction is walk out along the diagonal and drop the palisade. Oh, in between hits. That's so sick. Been practicing Alcatraz? No kidding. Actually ridiculous. Not exaggerating. Actually insane. He was greedy. I mean, Loom hadn't hit. To RonaldRage's credit, Loom hadn't hit, and he had that Vil trap. So if he'd gotten like another hit in maybe before Loom had come in, and he probably clicked the Vil spawn on Loom and then right click, and then Loom hit as it was running in. If he had seen that, he probably would never have run in. The timing just was not ideal for Blue there, but Snippy just doing Snippy things, Snippy sniping. Oscarius with the 9 months. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Thank you for turning into a crab. Brightening all of our day with a crab rave. Eagle is still alive, though. And don't forget, RonaldRage killed a Vil. So we are only 2 Vils back. Oh, that says 3. Archers. Gonna be archers or scrims? Gonna be archers, I think. Scouts is gonna be the play for Snippy. RonaldRage is actually kind of almost castle age. And he might just, yeah, he's going to maybe consider throwing down some walls and just trying to go up to castle age. He's got a spear out. He's not making any other food units. He does have an archer in the range. Ah, this should be a smith. I think smith and just go up. I think smith and try and squeeze a castle age out, maybe. Ah, I almost dropped my hat. 4 Barack Obama Eagles. All right, well, Snippy finally took care of that eagle problem. And we have 4 scouts out total. 4 scouts will snipe 1 spear. So it's good that we already have another one in production here. Eco running on 4 berries. You guys got 4 berries? No, not 4 of you. 4 fruit bushes. Oh, fruit bush. Jeff, you called?
Emotional, damn it!
There's some exposed eco at the back here. There's no spears protecting it. We're really focused on protecting our entire food eco. I guess we added some farms now, though. Quick walls, 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 quick... Somehow we didn't kill any villagers there. What? 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 How did they not get any vills? They had them pinned. Just wait until they're dead. Oh, well, whatever. They're coming around now. No, they're not. They're going to go back the same way they came, where surely no army has been added to defend against their return ever. That would never be a thing that would happen. So they're going to investigate this corner. What is happening with this micro? This has to be Q points. This has to be Q points. Are we just going to go all the way around? Where are they going? No, they're going right where I thought they would go. God, Snippy, just run in. When you play a scout, you got to have flow. If you go back to the same place, you got to think like how you're... Think about how you play when you play scouts. All right? Running in and running out is a surefire way for opponent to have military waiting for you the second time you run back in. You got to run to a new spot. Try and drag the opponent around in confusing circles and patterns. That's the best way to play with the scouts. I really like that. Oh my. RonaldRage has come forward and pushed Snippy off of his berries. And now the scouts are going to pick off straggler archers. I was just going to say, I like that we're picking off the archers moving forwards. And RonaldRage, you need to keep going. Why are we falling back? Is that maybe the scout numbers were scary? No, you push in here. Do not go to the... Go in! No, do not! Why? Just go in! Just go in! Maybe he thinks there'll be a choke there, but there isn't. Sir? Sir. Just go in. Sir? Sir? No, not that way. No. Okay, well, if now you have to go that way. Yes, let's go hit the building that can make the units that counter our units. RonaldRage, sir. Sir. I must inform you, you do have potato blood in your veins. Just so you know, this is a potato blood vein situation.
I have potato blood in my veins.
I just thought I would let you know that. Snippy laying in wait. The pincer, the ideal pincer set up. And the Snippy clearly a man of my heart as the archers break in and Snippy springs his trap. The second the archers walk into the narrow pathway, he brings the scouts in to try and trap them in. And an excellent snipper play ends in all of his scouts dying a horrible death. It was a great sandwich, but with a lack of any armor or bloodlines. Given that he's the Byzantines, they were basically Swiss cheese.
Ok. Presto.
The armor paid off for the archers. Yeah, definitely.
Pantne.
We've got some low HP archers, but they withstood that melee attack way better. Now we have this serious army. And RonaldRage is playing this great. The major downfall with going archers, of course, against the Byzantines is that they do get the cheaper trash. So the cheaper skirmishers. But we have army lead. I would argue we have macro lead. Even though we are going up a little late. We're walled. So the player for the Byzantine player should definitely be Mangonel Skirm Monk. That is not a Mangonel, a Skirm, or a Monk. I guess you can make some knights. Is it gonna be knights? It could be knights. I don't like knights. As the Byzantines without bloodlines, you can sort of get away with it if you spam enough knights fast enough, and if you have enough. But I mean, I think it's better to just go not build this building. Go skirms, get all of the upgrades for them. Delay getting elite skirm until you have a monastery down. Or in this case, because your opponent's gone archers,
But nay.
I would go a siege workshop. I think
Oh.
the camels will counter gelatos. That's true. They will definitely counter gelato warriors. And don't say never, because we had a show match last week where some guy made like 50 of them.
Presto. Ein.
And we're being aggressive with the skirms? Why are we being aggressive with the skirmishers? You're up against the Aztecs. There's a distinct possibility your opponent has made 30 eagles by now. Fast Imp could be an option here for RonaldRage. And it did, in fact, end up being knights that Snippy added in with that stable. All right, crossbow and Bodkin, or do we go Imp? Monastery and Siege, and we're going to go Imp into Arb. Okay, if RonaldRage pulls off the Fast Imp, I will be very impressed. He's going to get Bodkin and crossbow. And he's going to go defensive Monk Siege is... not a fan. Not a fan of the defensive Monk Siege play, guys, I gotta say. I haven't had Swiss cheese in so long, Julius. It's funny you said that. I miss Swiss cheese. I'm gonna buy some Swiss cheese, guys. Oh, I have tomatoes from my garden. I could make a toasted tomato sandwich with Swiss and lettuce. Now I'm thinking about food. What have you done to me? Just because you have the res, it's not a good idea. Is that what you're saying, Pete? Well, we're just pounding the buildings down. It's not like Snippy's added extra TCs. Byzantines get cheaper imp. Well, maybe Snippy's gonna go fast imp. Snippy's going fast imp. He's gonna go fast imp cavalier. Maybe. He has +2 already. He has 8 knights and 15 skirms. I think you just go fast imp if you're Snippy. He's missing buildings. That's his main issue. Missing buildings. Delete that. Need a monastery. This is going to make him think that RonaldRage is fast imp. The lack of TC on the extra golds and res and the walls and then the university. He needs ballistics, I think, RonaldRage. We think we go ballistics. And it's open! And the knights go out. Realized maybe it was a bit of a debate from RonaldRage. Fast Imp is a difficult play to make work. It only works if you keep all of your army alive. So, I mean, even losing like a knight for Snippy stings, because that's one less cavalier. Although at this point, your opponent, if Snippy, having seen the 30 Arbalests should now know better than to try to assault RonaldRage's base, and should be definitely transitioning into a boom, because even 8+4 Cavalier are not going to kill 30 crossbows. Not with monks. Although I guess RonaldRage hasn't actually shown the monks to Snippy yet. Has he? Nah, he knows about the monastery. Nice potato move from Snippy. Get these things the hell out of there. Keep the monks back at home, RonaldRage. You need to defend against the knights. You'll have more in a second. You can keep this push going. The mangoes closing on this. Oh, the skirmishers are going to get eaten. Ooh. Critical micro from Snippy. Manages to take out 1.5 of the mangoes. RonaldRage. Please don't mango your own archers. Oh my god. Hey, you are not the Saracens, sir. And the mango will pop definitely before this siege workshop goes down. So we will see further carnage. I'll quickly flip back here as the knights will break in at this wood line that's again overchopped. Mangonel just about to pop here. And Snippy will opt to wait to pop it. It's going to auto-pop in a second. We're mangonelling our own archers. The mango pops in a horrible location for Snippy and goes down. The knights have broken in. There's monks back at home. They're not converting. They're just... Oh, we got 2 knights, actually. Never mind. We got 2 knights. We got a pair of knight conversions there. RonaldRage's eco holding up. 45 to 49 villagers here. Snippy flanking his skirmishers away, and he's going to lose this unfinished monastery in a second. It's kind of coming apart at the seams. We might have a decider game here in a second. RonaldRage, both of these games, has played excellently, I gotta say. This game in particular, he is just on fire. And you know what I think I might like to see is either sell and click up and go ARBs, or sell and get redemption. Although that castle from Snippy, a game-saving potentially castle here from Snippy, I think. Still mangonelling our own crossbows. Both players are in a fast imp situation, as Snippy has the option of going Cavalier or Heavy Camel. Byzantines with the cheap camels. And I really think the play here for RonaldRage is just push this TC. And the TC is not protected by the castle at all. If we come in the front of Snippy's base and start hitting his only town center, we could deny Imp. Although it is coming in really fast. We're not going to get our mangonels in position in time, I don't think, guys. We would need all 3 mangonels firing probably 30 seconds ago, because these are Byzantine town centers. They get the extra HP. Yeah, Snippy saw Imp res and chose to go Imp. He still might be dead, though. We'll have to see if this works out. If he gets, like, Imp... if he gets Bracer and Imperial Skirm and then brings the Skirms back instead of, like, sending them wildly into his opponent's base. Conversely, RonaldRage... Oh, man, this castle going down, you know what the true travesty is? Is that Snippy has the potential to be making cataphracts and hasn't done it yet. And I'm just going back to, it's a shame that the mangonels didn't move into position immediately, because I think we might have been able to take the TC down. Now it's too late. And even if we started again the second I'd said the second time, I still don't think it would have made it. Blue could have TCs down. Blue could be up to Imp. But we're still gonna, our eco still is falling apart. We've lost every farm. We have a grand total of 1 farmer. Where's our other food bills even? Like, what food? It says we have 5 food bills. What food bills? 3? What food bills? There's 1 villager taking a farm. Brenda, the farmess. Oh, I love these little crossbows down here. Got to be careful not to wander into the range of fire of the castle with the mangonels. Got to be careful. No, it's right at that edge. 9 tiles is like right around there. The skirms are here. The skirms only have fletching and imp, and no armor. But they're gonna snipe. They're gonna snipe some vills. And SnippyInDaHouse might be in a situation where he could win without a town center. depending on how this this next few minutes goes here. Crossbows finally working their way down into this castle patch, or the stone patch, but Snippy already has enough stone for another castle. And will it be aggressive or defensive? I think it has to be defensive. We're going to lose too much eco here without another castle. It's Puma wins. I apologize, but your piano ring is... I'm not doing any keyboard actions at the moment. Now that's a hell of a castle. It could have been slightly better, I think. But that'll do. That'll do. And we're going to finish the monastery. Let's go. That's huge because we can get a ton of monk techs. With all that gold, let's make like, what is it? Redemption and block printing. We can just convert them from a mile away. 0 on food eco. This is pure clownery. I mean, RonaldRage will click up to imp behind this with twice the economy, despite only having one. Well, we did actually end up banning a second town center, guys. RonaldRage is playing really, really well, playing for that decider game. Just barely fit through. Well, we spotted the completed monastery. Attack the completed monastery. You know, Snippy does have 3 stables and 2 castles. And hand cannons. I like the hand cannons. Other than the complete lack of our food eco and the 37 villas from which to try and build a food eco. That's not great. And our skirm army has been significantly reduced. Still lacks any armor of any kind. This looks like it's RonaldRage's game to lose. And you gotta wonder, are we going to go Eagles? Do not go Pikemen. Certainly do not go Pikemen. Snippy wins now? Why is that? Because of the hand cannons? We can go Atlatl skirms, though, against the hand cannons. Atlatl skirms will work against almost everything the Byzantines have. Maybe full cataphract? But then you can go monks. Maybe it's not so bad, because, especially in this particular instance, because RonaldRage is an experienced arena clown, might know his way around a group of monks. I mean, he's got 7 of them right now. You don't make 7 monks unless you tend to do something with them. The crossbows dove in at the back. They're causing quite a lot of inefficiency at the back of Snippy's base. Well, they were when they were in range of stuff. Now they're less in range. There is a group of army forming here in the west. But, you know, RonaldRage has basically 2 armies. We have this forward army, which is somewhat depleted at this point. And we have our rear army. In a second, we're going to have Arbalest and Bracer. Sell off some food. And click in Lead Eagle and Barracks upgrades. That will be a GG move. I think that's the way to go. I actually do. I don't think... Because we haven't started our cataphract, although the hand cannons, we have archers to deal with the hand cannons, though. You can go Arbalest. I still think you go Arbalest. We have, Arbalest. Yeah. Arbalest, but skip Bracer and prepare the prep into Eagles. No, you get Bracer. Here's the deal. You get Bracer instead of Arbs, and then you go Eagle Skirm. I like chemistry, though. Or do we have Onager? Aztecs get Onager, right? But there's Bombards already out. It's got to be Eagles. You need that Imp Eagle power spike. Nope, got to be Eagles. We have enough Arbs to hold off the hand cannons, and then you just add the Eagles in and then pray. and try and get some conversions behind. If you get any cataphracts at all, the game ends, I think, for Red. This is Red's one and only hope, is this push. RonaldRage can almost afford to lose this fight as long as it doesn't devastate the eco too much after. He just needs this to go decent, not even good, just okay. Hit the bombards. Hit the bombards. Oh man, patrol into the bombards. Or right click the bombards. Oh my god. Well, the mangonels did their job, guys. Mangonels definitely did their jobs, and ARBs are working really good on the hand cannons. Red loses that fight. This is GG. Yeah, Snippy calls it. And really well played by RonaldRage to take this one to a decider. That was a sick game from RonaldRage. Seriously. Thoroughly impressed with the clownery on display here. Snippy's biggest loss, I think, was not making cataphracts. I think cataphracts were the way. And we are going to get a decider, which is sick. We had some sick sets today. Say hi, YouTube. Back to the draft. So if you're just joining in, this is only bans. Take 2 people out of chat and make them play for $20. There is no clickbait. It's 100% real. If you want to be in one of these show matches, we are going to do another one after the next game, which is the decider game of this set. RonaldRage managing the victory with the Aztecs over the Byzantines there. And game 3 will be humans and Vietnamese on runestones. Don't make cataphracts when your eco's 38 bills. That's true. I win for my fans. That's a good point. But that was the unit that he needed, at least, I think. So the winner of this next game is basically a $20 Age of Empires 2 game. I have a highlight reel function. It might have a couple clips from the previous show match. Why don't we run that while we wait for the players to get going? Snippy and RonaldRage, you guys can go ahead in 14 and we'll catch up on the spec delay, all right? Oh no, the archers break in! And that's a big fat GG there. How many Vills are going to die? I don't know that it matters. Well, there's no way we're going to save enough to save this game. And a sick play. The mango's creeping back, though. We could get a bada boom. That might flip the archers for Vills. It gets a little nasty. We are going to take this archer range out. Toot sweet, though. Oh, God. And the archers coming to the back of RonaldRage's base. And no reaction from Snippy. He definitely could have killed 5 or 6 Vills there. I hear clonking. What is this clonking? Oh! All right, well. Gotta be quick here, Snippy. Gotta be quick here, Snippy. Whoa. Now, trading a villager for a scout. I'll tell you, during my show match with Mish, there was like stuff that I was doing. I'm like, why am I doing this? I'm like, this is so stupid. And I was like, just like so nervous. You make mistakes. You're thinking about the wrong stuff. It happens. Ooh, can we get this? That Loom just. Let's. There's some exposed eco at the back here. There's no spears protecting it. We're really focused on protecting our entire food eco. I guess we added some farms now, though. Quick walls, quick walls, quick walls, quick walls, quick walls, quick walls, quick walls. Hit the bombards. Oh, man. Patrol into the bombards. Or right click the bombards. Oh, my God. Well, the mangonels did their job, guys. Mangonels definitely did their jobs, and ARBs are working really good on the hand cannons. Red loses that fight. This is GG. Hey, only 1 clip potatoed that time. Not bad. Highlight reel function is like getting there. I adjust the timings just a little bit. Seems to have made a really big difference. Thanks to Emma Stonewalls, who's been on the point. Any of my moderators and VIPs, you can type !clip when something interesting happens, and it'll add to the clip queue. We're 15 seconds away from this decider game, guys. Caught up. Usually wait 5 to 7 seconds after the action. The idea is that it gives you a minute to type it out, right? So you don't have to instantly hit the button the second something happens. You can like wait a second and be like, yeah, it's worth clipping. Bam. One step closer to an automated tournament. Completely automated. I just have to show up. Ideally, like the next step is to take the full highlight reel and then post it to YouTube automatically, or as like a TikTok or something. So I push one button and then it just does everything. I'll get the prediction running here for our decider game. $20 game here. Pressure on both players. I love this. I didn't give you the power, Jicky. Which power? The power to do clips. Let me see if I added it. If it's VIP VIPable. Real quick before we get too far into this. Who has the clip permissions? Only mods have the permission. Jicky, I can add you though. Jick, you've got the power. Now you have a hidden mod power. Boom. I just gave Jacredible a hidden mod power. All right, predictions are running for game 3. RonaldRage down here in the West is going to be playing as the Cumans. SnippyInDaHouse, his opponent's going to be playing in the North as the Vietnamese. So we're going to be playing in the northwestern section of the map for this game, it looks like. All of the relics are down here. They're all south of both of the players. It's kind of ridiculous. Blue is going to have forward berries, rear main gold, stone off to the side, gold at the back, secondary gold up front. And Snippy's going to have horribly, horribly exposed main res, but we'll have a safe gold way off in the back and a decent wall into the corner-ish. I mean, walling all of this, walling gets him nothing. Snippy's going to have to be aggressive here. And also, as Pete just pointed out, there it is. Distance is fairly short between the players, and there's very little separating them. There's actually like only one. There's no wood line. Like you can actually draw a line directly from one town center to the other. Get those channel point predictions in while you can. I appreciate all you guys being here with me. Especially anybody who's ever been like frustrated or angry at me, or I've been angry at, or he said something bad to, and you decided to give me a shot and come watch me again today. Anyways, thank you for being here. You guys are awesome. This is such a great community that we've managed to build in my channel. So I'm glad you are coming in and helping make it that way. Good vibes. Cumans are Emma Stonewalls. Emma Stonewalls loves Cumans in my chat. Emma, why do you like the Cumans? I like the Cumans. Chat, why do you guys like... Everybody likes the Cumans. Play as the Cumans, I think, right? Is there anybody that hates playing as them in chat? They're so versatile. Like, they can very easily go, like, you just go 2-range, 3-range archers just because of the cheap ranges. That you can just play them normal. You just do like scouts to knights and they're fine. Because especially just with the cheap stable, like you can just completely ignore the second TC thing. You can do second TC boom. You can do a siege push in feudal age, which I don't see on Arabia ever. Ooh, that'd make a good bounty. Win in feudal on Arabia as the Cumans. Ooh. Ooh. I'm writing that down. I actually like that. It's deceptively hard. I just added that to my list. Your win rate with humans is 68%. Nice. I hate goths, but I adore humans despite the critical flaw in their tech tree. That should tell you something. Emma Stonewalls likes the humans even though they don't get stone walls. Yeah, the cheap military buildings is so nice. Snippy going for a little bit of a scout block there. Fairly clean idle time this time. RonaldRage with a single Vil. His best so far in the 3 games. And Snippy with 8 seconds. Both players 21 pop. RonaldRage will be slightly behind Snippy because of the idle time. 17 seconds-ish. Overall, a build I think both players are going to feel okay with. Your win rate with humans is 22%. Oh no. An archer player, are you? Drogon, just play them like whatever civ you normally win with. This actually works for me. This is how I would get whenever I win as the Koreans. It's only when I do this. Just pick your favorite civ and then pretend you're playing as them while you're playing as that civ until you run into a limitation, though, and then go, ah, shucks. But you might win before that happens. That's what I do. Koreans, I guess I'm going 3 stable knights. Vietnamese is Cuban's 5th best matchup overall. Thank you for that's a useful 53% win rate. 53.67. Men-at-Arms coming in from Snippy. Vietnamese get extra HP on their archers. So Men-at-Arms archers, very strong build here. We should get at least 1 Vil if we block this one. That guy's a yawner for sure. Those ones are going to get away though. We lost some unfortunate HP on that Men-at-Arms. But we still have the ability to go and maybe pressure this gold. RonaldRage also missed a pair of sheep. That's not helping. I'd like to see a range go down. Trying to bait that spear and finally get it. And RonaldRage needs to get some farms down. You know who else needs to get some farms down? Snippy. He's floating 400 wood. That's a bit of a disaster at this point. That's really going to slow his uptime to Castle Age. He has more farms than RonaldRage, though, so I don't know. RonaldRage's food eco is, well, it's a lot like how my food eco should be, but if I stop gaining weight. A TC on the gold and wood. No. I think range and defend is the way to go. You could even add a second range, only because it only costs you so little. But yeah, walls would be nice. We could have thrown down a house and some palisades, and this would have been closed by now. You gotta, when you find yourself getting behind like this, and this is getting behind, you have to get ahead of your opponent. So think, what are they gonna do next? Not think, oh god, what's happening to me? Respond to whatever's happening as quickly as you can, and then worry about what they're gonna do after, so you can put the fire out. At this point, we have to fight, and the Men-at-Arms have done so much damage here. The only way RonaldRage is really gonna fight back, get back into this, is going to be to drop a second TC, and he should maybe, now that he has a bit of a food surplus, should consider spamming some wood vills back. Get these guys out of here for sure. Don't need gold. Go to skirms. Stop making archers. Go skirms. Get a TC down. Skirms? Maybe it is archers. Maybe you do stick archers. No, this is awkward. Vietnamese also with the extra HP on their archer line and skirm line. Skirm line too, right? Only way back is a human TC drop, AJ.
Yeah, wait.
No decent mid-game bonus. They still have cheap military buildings. Means you can be very versatile in early Castle Age. Or what you can like throw a stable down and get some knights out if you need to, even if you go crossbows, because it's only going to cost you 100 wood. But yeah, they also have capped ram as an option.
Yeah, wait.
Kind of fed that a little bit, and that extra HP on these archers.
Yeah, wait.
Not gonna be good news for RonaldRage, that's for sure. They have step lancers. It's true. Step lancers is a bonus. Don't forget this isn't like the pathing that currently exists in single player. Okay.
Yeah, wait.
Yeah, and free husbandry. Early Castle Age, they have decent civ. They have decent bonuses. Falls off rapidly. Like having early husbandry only helps you so much.
Yeah, wait.
It's nice to not need to get it, but it's something you can avoid getting if you need to anyways, so it's like, eh. There's some situations where you will desperately need husbandry, but there's many where it doesn't matter at all. Snippy finally clicks up the Castle Age. I probably could have used a market. But he does have a nice, happy, healthy eco with 18 farms. He's got himself half a dozen gold villagers here. I'm going to throw down another archery range. And could it be cav archers? Okay, no, he's making archers. I was going to say, he's not producing... That's RonaldRage. Oh, he's making archers. Are they the right way around? No, I'm just a potato. Yeah, he needs... I cav archers would have been better. Your opponent's open. They're going to mass up skirms in response anyways. Maybe just go knights. Vietnamese have fully upgraded cavalier, other than blast furnace. Elephants? I don't like elephants. Elephants are just begging to get converted. I'm thinking out loud more than I am saying definitively anything. I kind of like this Civ matchup. This is an interesting one. Humans and Vietnamese on runestones. Also, runestones is making me miss old Arabia. What about you guys?
Yeah, what?
They should just put runestones back into the Arabia rotation. More flat Arabia, please. I want to drop TCs on woodlines. Ow. Yep, stick around after this game. We are going to do another best of 3 show match. The third one of the day. There's a nice, tasty gate to shoot at with these archers. And what are we going to make? Mango? Ram? Mango. How long do you plan to stream today? I am doing 2 more show matches at least after this one. Roughly like 3 to 4 hours. It will have taken about 4 hours to get through 3 show matches for a reference. So 5 to 6 gets me to 7 to 8 hours. One thing I'd like to see from Snippy here is constant mangonel production. And it's difficult, but it's needed. And this is a heck of a choice by Snippy here to go for aggression in game 3 against the Cumin. I guess it makes sense. You're kind of hoping. You would be guessing the Cumin player would have added a second TC, I think. The crossbows were trying to break in down here in the south. Blue caught on and is going to clean that. That's not good for Snippy. Snippy's in a place where these crossbows could clear this. The only thing really stopping it is the 2 mangoes, and we are about to make some knights that can deal with those pretty easily. RonaldRage also has the option of just completely ignoring this, and we could run a flank and just walk into Snippy's base. There's nothing back at home. Show me, Ronald. What are you going? He's going for the flank. Oh, I love this. Okay, I actually loved this set. This was an amazing set from both these players. They both continuously made a bunch of the key decisions that I really wanted them to make the game interesting. Does he not know where the... No, he's just going for the full flank. He wants to go all the way around. He could just walk in the front door, though. Or maybe he's banking on expansion? Yeah, they're a good match, Hypercorgat. Their playstyles are complementary. And Snippy has stolen the sheep here at the 27-minute mark. Clip. Oh, he is going to walk in the front door. He may have just clicked them in. He did decide to just walk in. The siege push is definitely doing damage. Where'd the knights go? We were trying to bank them up. Maybe not the worst call. He needs a mangonel back at home. Desperately needs a... He's got a siege workshop out. These are very exposed villagers. Yeah, gotta get him out of there now.
Yeah, wait.
Ooh, we only lost 1 vill so far, 2 vills, 3 vills, 4 vills, 5 vills. And here come the villagers, getting mangonelled directly by SnippyInDaHouse. We did manage to clear the mangoes, though, and the crossbows are in the back of Snippy's base at the same time. That was actually a sick play by RonaldRage. He did not lose that many vills to take out 2 mangoes. The double tower from Snippy in the back of his base is kind of what the crap. He didn't have enough. Doesn't have a market. Didn't have enough stone for a castle. Wasn't able to buy the last 100 stone he needed to get the castle. Crossbows moving back in, and all these villagers have low HP. There's only like 2 knights in this stable. Does have a defensive mango finally coming out. And where could RonaldRage head next? He's kind of in a great position. He's dealing a ton of Snippy's eco right now. Will it be enough? If he could get like a group of... Maybe just send the knights in. Oh, if he sent the knights into Snippy's base, it'd be sick. Mangonel coming out defensively from RonaldRage. Gonna get his vills back to work. Where are the knights? Send the knights in. Send the knights forwards. Very unintuitive play here. But he should send the knights right here. Does he have plus? He doesn't have the first armor though. Ooh. Whoa! Nice mango shot from RonaldRage. And he cleans a good portion of Snippy's archers And Snippy is no longer going to be able to drop that forward castle thanks to that sick play by RonaldRage, finishing off the archers. This is a sick game. What a back and forth. Both players with army in each other's bases. RonaldRage's worker efficiency slightly better than Snippy's.
Emotional, damn it!
But Snippy's base is just like a desolate wasteland of emptiness. Castle's going to go down instead at the front of RonaldRage's base. Instead of in the game-ending forward location like Snippy originally wanted before he lost his group of crossbows, it's going to go further back on this other gold. Snippy will go imp, I think, says Emma Stonewalls. And yeah, he's got enough res, I think, that he could click up. If he sells, he could get click up, and he has market down. Yeah, Snippy looking in a good position. Vills are dead even, believe it or not. Dead even. Eco KD 12-4 in favor of Snippy. But the overall KD in favor of RonaldRage. And this is a sick game. Another Vill goes down there. Snippy trying to go back. This is what I mean about leaving these archers here. And if we did just a little bit of micro work, I mean, this is doing damage. This is bad for Snippy. He can't really afford to keep taking these farms. He's going to lose Vills if he doesn't pay any attention. It's going to, like, he's already 3 Vills back at this point. Now, the elephants are now out from Snippy, who I think probably should have just gone rat heads. Maybe concerned about the mangoes. And another town center, third town center going down from RonaldRage. So RonaldRage has added eco behind this. This is fine. If you're RonaldRage, you can play. You're in a good position here. The castle is not doing that much. You're losing gold because your opponent's mining it, but you got other gold. You can come over here. I think he knows about this already, too. He literally already knows about this. I think he's just making sure Snippy's not, like, camping it. Yeah, come over here, drop a castle, and you've got, like, you're fine going into imp. And then you just push this castle back, take your forward gold, and then use that as leverage to push into Snippy's base, which is, again, still wide open. Literally have units just sitting in it. We can't dive this at all, obviously. That would just be a good way to murder our crossbows. I don't think he should be leaving completely. It's all right, though. He's got to scope around and see what's happening. What does Blue see in front of his base? He knows there's a castle there. He doesn't know about all the elephants yet. He can walk around the north side. It's true. This is actually even overchopped almost. We're like 1.5 trees away. The big chonk switch might actually end this game. Because back at home, what do we got? We have 4 crossbows and a mangonel. And what do we have? We have 11 plus 2 elephants with bloodlines. They could eat a TC or 2 real quick. RonaldRage really needs to come around this side of the base. The problem is Snippy will see that happening. We'll just send the elephants back. And I think right now the question for Snippy is, do we go forwards or do we go back? And what he should do is send the mangonel back and send the elephants forwards. That's what he should do. There's no villagers in the TC! RonaldRage realizes this and dives. Okay, this TC is basically a dead TC now. Because you can't make vills from it unless you garrison inside. That's sick. I like that play. The mangonels trade back at Snippy, or pardon me, at RonaldRage's base. Snippy's base is a ghost town. And the strangest economy I've seen in quite a while. We're going to add rams to our elephants. This is wild. There's stone walls. Where do you see stone walls? Ronald saw the elephants. He's making monks. Oh, you know why? The elephants are around the base of the castle, and the castle's been firing. Yeah. He knew the elephants were coming. Kind of gave it away. I was trying to keep an eye on that, but I missed when it actually happened. But yeah, because the castle was shooting at the buildings, you have the castle right now. You can see you're at the base of it, right? He needed to keep the elephants garrisoned inside the stables. He didn't really gain anything by having them out. Now, this is going to absolutely kill a ton of RonaldRage's eco. But he has enough monks on the way to save this game. He needs to get conversions. He needs at least 3. He needs 3 elephants here and then get those in the TC. Good job. And then our next batch of monks, we need to get 3 more conversions. And then we might be able to save this game. But this is absolutely sick from Snippy, pouring the elephants in. The monks hop back out. We get another pair of conversions there. And there's still not enough elephants converted here for RonaldRage. He gets another one. This is looking a lot better now. Now it looks like we may be able to clear. And that next batch of monks, like I said, it was absolutely critical. A sick hold here. Oh, man. The elephant over here has killed a ton of villagers. We've lost a ton of villagers here, guys. RonaldRage is leaking villagers like a sieve. Vill count just about even. But Snippy has thrown away his entire army. He's down to 7 elephants. And RonaldRage now has 5 plus 2 Ellies of his own. A knight's coming in. A sick ad from Snippy. And the bloodlines plus 2 knights. And that might be GG right there. There's no reaction from RonaldRage to this pressure on this side. Vill's going down left and right. RonaldRage now under 40 Vills. An insane comeback from Snippy. No reaction. We've got all the convert. We're too busy microing the monks onto the... we have to micro the monks onto the elephants. Is it GG, though? Look at the army. 27-6. RonaldRage has to go push. He needs to come right here with the elephants. He has 8 elephants, guys. He has 8 elephants. That's almost as much as Snippy started this push with. He should send the elephants forward. What a game. And don't forget, humans get capped ram. We have the potential of maybe pushing this castle down. That'd be kind of nuts. And if Snippy can get the food eco, where his food eco, you talk about some disparate farms over here. Those are not clean farms. All right, we're gonna need to get that food eco working. This town center still exists. These hero skirmishers are shutting down so much of the food eco here. It's actually kind of crazy. The APM challenged farms. Dirty farms. Now this is a classic technique. Basically, instead of building a TC where you lost your old TC, you replace it with a siege workshop. Snippy gonna run in the back of the base, get an idea what's going on. That should have been a town center. We're getting capped ram, and the Rams are going to ram the Rams, and we're going to have ourselves a ram-off. Mangonel's going to get some key hits on those Rams, actually. There are so many camels. There's camels. There's so many elephants here. Dude, we're going to win because of the converted elephants. Oh, more conversions on the Knights would be nice. Let's get some more conversion on the Knights. Oh, what a defense. That was a sick defense. Let's push. RonaldRage is still in this, guys. The Vill count is a little flip-floppy, but RonaldRage is definitely still in this. We can clear this castle right now. Now, all RonaldRage has to do is have the confidence to go and do it. Let's go. We got to push. This is such a key point. We have to push right now. We got to push before the next batch of army comes out. We got to go, 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 go. So bad do we need to push. Don't sit there. Come on, send the capped Rams. Let's go. Let's go. What a game of Age of Empires 2. RonaldRage is going to send the capped Rams in, guys. Snippy throwing down the defensive stone walls. Gonna try and delay as much as he can. What a fucking game. Absolutely insane. These are capped Rams, though. They'll bust through real good. They get lots of extra splash damage. And we're going to clear up how many Vills are here. We got 9 Vills. That should almost even the Vill count back up. And don't forget, RonaldRage still has all of the eco. Or pardon me, all of the military. 37 military. Oh, this is absolutely ridiculous. Oh, Snippy's microing the castle onto the archer group. That's big brain. And we're going to lose the archer. We should have garrisoned the crossbows in the Rams. We should have garrisoned the crossbow in the rams. You know what? I wonder if Snippy will have to make pikemen to counter his own elephants. We still have 7 of them. These are 7 battle ellies with +2. Like, they'll kill the rat. The conversions on the rattans. Let's go. Look at the Vil count. 38 to 35. Okay, well, a batch of Vils just popped for Snippy there. GG moved by Ronald. I don't have no idea. I can't tell anymore who's winning this game or losing this game. It's flipped back and forth 4 times. One of the best sets. We've had some sick sets today. I thought this was runestones. I thought this was runestones. I didn't hear no bell. Yeah, I didn't hear no bell. Let's add a 3rd TC back, please. Maybe even a 4th. We're at minute 50. We still, both players have, well, Snippy now does, but both players had less Vils than we had minutes in the game. Okay, we've decided that we're going to leave this. Okay, no, we got 1 elephant that's going to clean it up. I like the continued push. This is the right call from RonaldRage, who needs to full send before Snippy can get his eco back into play. And he's been sitting back for quite a while, and he's managed to get about 30 farms down. We're pressuring the barracks first. He knows. He knows. I think Snippy might be dead. Snippy needs pikemen and or monks, and he doesn't have either. He could go for full light cap spam, guys, but I don't think it's going to work very well on these elephants. Maybe it will if we get enough of them out. If we get like 20 of them, maybe. Even then, they have so much HP. The monks, though. The monks are pretty bad. Ooh, the light cap are raiding. We're not attacking the army. We're counter-raiding. We're counter-raiding with the light cavalry. We're not trying, and now it's going to be whose base dies faster, and this will be the 3rd or 4th base trade of the game. And these elephants are killing the absolute out of that farm. Who's going to die faster? Who dies faster here? The elephant capped ram push is ridiculous. More Vils going down. Vil count still pretty close. And where do we go next? More TC attacks? I don't even know. How do you kill someone at this point? What a messy game. And players, I don't know if you get to this point watching the VOD, boy, you should feel proud of yourselves. As this is an insane piece of gameplay from both players. The mental fortitude it takes to raid in Snippy's position is ridiculous. The fact that he went forwards instead of back. The fact that RonaldRage is staying forwards. And has got his own pikeman out back at home. Oh, that's sick. The pikeman to defend could be the flipping point. I think this might be it for SnippyInDaHouse. And unless he makes one last swap, and he does still have his batch of rattans. He needs to get those into play or into position. More Vils and another town center going down. And RonaldRage is about to take back the Vil lead as he kills all of the villagers from that TC. Light Cav still pouring into RonaldRage's base. Those towers that basically save Snippy the game for half the game. Snippy has his own monks to reconvert his own elephants back. And could that save Snippy here? Will he convert all of RonaldRage's elephants? Delete them. Delete them. You gotta delete them, RonaldRage. No, you gotta delete them. You gotta delete them, RonaldRage. No! Don't give him the elephants back. No! No, 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 no. We need to delete the elephants. The elephants are back in Snippy's possession. And that's gonna save him from this push. What the fuck? Snippy clinging to life. Like the last bits of goo on that plate that you left to sit in the sink 4 days ago. I'm looking at you, Jimmy. The bipolar elephants. Absolutely ridiculous. The pikes, though. RonaldRage has pikes this time. RonaldRage is prepped with pikes. I hope he keeps the capped rams added. This, I don't even know what even happens here. No, the skirmishers.
I'm okay with the events that are unfolding. That's okay. Things are gonna be okay.
The hero skirms finally went down. That shut those farms down for forever. Those 4 farms have been inactive since like minute 8. Mike making pikes to counter the units that he... Oh my, this is so many monks. Snippy's like, you like monks, do ya? You like monks? Well, here's some monks. Do Vietnamese get redemption, guys? The army is kind of getting out of hand now for Snippy. The full pike should save that. They don't? Then RonaldRage is still in this. And he needs to go full pike. Until he sees those rat hands or some form of archer come back out again. He's got to go full pike and maybe prep mangoes. And here come the monks. Dying meaninglessly without any consequence or any effect on the game in any way.
Bruh.
Snippy is 7 vills back still. Where are the 7 rat heads? They're chilling. We don't know what they're doing. Well, we got 1 Ellie converted. This is the third time this elephant has been converted this game. I don't know whose kills those are, but it's killed 14 things. Oh, the light cav getting added in by Snippy. And if maybe if he can get his whole army in one location, he'd be doing a little bit better. Don't overreact to the light cav. You gotta watch the front side of your base here, RonaldRage. He's getting kind of squished into a little pocket. He's starting to run out of gold. He's got about 400 left. I still feel like RonaldRage should take this from this position. This feels like RonaldRage as long as he clears this army and then goes forward. But at this point, there's no way either player will resign without being very close to dead. Why would you? I wouldn't if I was either player. I would continue to play on almost no matter what at this point. Simply because I've come back from such ridiculousness multiple times. Now the knights in the back of the base are going to be a bit of a problem. And we're going to cycle away a bunch of our vills so we don't get completely destroyed by them and move some pikes back. But we've cleaned up the main portion of Snippy's army. And we've got 22 pikemen, 14 crossbows, and 7 monks here. The rat hands finally show up. Snippy remembered he has rat hands and he's moving them in. Vill counts are dead even at 40. That capped ram did a ton of damage. Finally has a pair of villagers attacking it. The rat hands have a bunch of pierce armor. They get 5 pierce armor. So it's taken quite a while for the crossbows to deal with them. And the pikemen were actually soaking the shots from the rat hands. I kind of actually like that play from RonaldRage. Neither player is producing any vills, as they are wildly overwhelmed. And RonaldRage, don't forget, he has relics. I don't know how much of the game he's had the relics, because they've been so at each other's throats. Not very long, apparently. But at some point, he went out and he started snatching relics. I think there was a bit of relic fighting with the rat hands over here. But there's still 3 of those up for grabs. Snippy's going to try and get another castle. He's going to try and put the castle down right where the monk is walking. I'm not going to say anything. He'll see the castle. He saw the castle, guys. He'll see the foundation. Will he react? What a ridiculous moment. Lightcap find the monk with the relic. But the main army of RonaldRage is just going to blow past this castle, which protects a grand total of, well, there's like 1,100 gold there, at least. But there's lots of other gold up for grabs. RonaldRage still going for, we're at hour and 3 minutes. In one of the best Age of Empires 2 games that I've watched. Someone else said that in chat earlier. I think it was Lapo. This is one of the best AOE games I've watched in a long time.
wait.
This is supreme AOE. Town center going down. Third TC going to go down if it doesn't get denied. There's pikes there though. That should deal with that. Villager count has not gotten over 45 in quite a while. And if we could get some siege forward, well, Snippy would be in a lot of trouble because that's most of his eco right there. That's like almost half of it. More than half of it. And the other batch is just chilling over there. Oh, there is another town center that he put down. There's a whole 4-tile gold there that's gone untaken. I heard a noise. There's nobody home. Oh, the crossbows and pikemen dive. We have ballistics? We do have ballistic. I haven't had time to even think about that. I think we should have tried to get a few of those vills. No, leave them here. Well, maybe we're getting worried about getting walled in. I cannot believe how even. Look at the score. If you're Snippy, you got to be a little bit worried. We're going to find all this exposed economy here. Light cav, more light cav raids. If we could get walls up, that'd be great. That would be ideal. And we can shut this whole eco down with a little group of crossbows. If we send a few pikemen over with them, they'll be safe too. Snippy's gonna go for a relic heist. Relics are 1-0 for RonaldRage. There's 2 right here that Snippy could grab if he remembers. He's got to remember. We already know that Snippy has a habit of just abandoning army in the middle of nowhere for 20 plus minutes. So we'll see how long it takes the monks to grab either. Why are you leaving? Where are you going?
Bruh.
Why is the monk leaving? The crossbow's hitting this. Light cav hitting over here. There's no pikemen over here. We did garrison. No garrison here from Snippy. Garrison. Now the crossbows need to be microed, and who's gonna miss what? We're gonna lose all those. Those are all gonna go down. We still haven't grabbed either one of those relics. All the crossbows are dead. We're shutting down all the food eco though. Look at Snippy's food income. And 2 light cav have done a decent amount of damage. And now the villager count has swung back in favor of RonaldRage by amount of 12. Snippy still... Where did this monk... Why? You're standing next to relics! But Snippy has a castle. And he's realized that the Rattans were critical in that hold and push into RonaldRage's base, it seems, and has recreated another batch of them. We finally grabbed one of the relics. Thank you, Snippy. At least he got one of them. That's pretty important because there's one next to this castle, and then there's this one. So that would give him the lead. And where's the other one? There is another. Oh yeah, that one's there. So I mean, technically, RonaldRage has like 1 and a bit, but I think Snippy's just gonna go and grab the other one as soon as he can. He's literally just dropped it next to the castle. He's not gonna bring it back to the monastery. He's dropping it next to the castle. That's a big brain play from Snippy. There's been some crazy things this game. That's nuts. You gotta be careful. The Rattans are like chonky units. No reaction to the light cav raid. Dude, thank you very much, Rastafarian. Much appreciated. New Garage TV can't download Twitch. That stinks. Yeah, there's like a thing. Roku's won't download Twitch. But they're like the best user interfaces. It's the worst. They both refuse to make vills. I don't know what refuse. Snippy's been pushed off of food for so long, and I would guess his APM is taxed. Oh no, that is such a good castle. That might be that's, I don't know. Oh my goodness, that is a ridiculous castle. What the crap is this game? That'll kill all of this. Oh, the Rattans, though. The Rattans should kill all of this. RonaldRage's eco is pumping, though. He's back up to like 55 vills. We can't win this fight with these units. The Rattans should win that fight. And now we have 2 castles to make Rattans from and a bunch of protected economy. And yeah, Snippy could just full on abandon all this. Yeah, we're going to lose a bunch of farms. Yeah, it sucks. But honestly, whatever at this point. No, trade with your opponent's market. Still extra gold down here. Yeah, you'll have to get a Chromecast.
Yeah, wait.
To get out of my game castle? Yeah, but it doesn't work when your opponent has 2 castles and 2 other town centers with all their eco at it. Now, 15 vills. If the game goes on long enough without Snippy like counter-raiding or doing some damage, then yeah. What the hell is this? What are the res at right now? What are the res at? They're within 1,000 of each other almost. They're 1,500 res away after all of that, guys. After all of this time, that's just... Elix 23. I forgot Imp was a thing. Now, Red knows exactly where Blue's army was. Blue did not know that the Rattans were coming. And, yeah. We're going to have to retreat. We're going to lose some. Snippy doesn't have ballistics. He doesn't have ballistics.
Bruh.
Get the pikeman over there. Ronald, sir. What does Ronald get from Imp? He can go Halb. Halb will end this. Will it? It might. Halb Ram might end this. Halb Mango? Or Onager, pardon me? He doesn't have gold, though. He needs gold bad. Desperately needs gold. I think Snippy knows it, too. Snippy, you should delete this and build a castle here, for God's sakes. At a certain point, when does stamina kick in? They had 2 games, decent length games, in the first 2 games of this set. Reminder, guys, stick around. I'm gonna pull 2 more people out of chat after this game. Light Cav rating going unchecked and unnoticed. We're gonna lose another 4 vills. RonaldRage has had the vill count lead for a while. Yeah. It's gonna swing back the other way if we don't react to this.
Yeah,
Imp at 1 hour and 20 minutes.
wait.
Snippy's 3rd castle is going to go in a very conspicuous location. And he is going to have quite a significant army with which to enforce that castle's location. Now, does this do all that much? I don't think it does. All of these farms are unoccupied. I think it's just going to be really angry. I agree, Ray. I think it should be right here. I think it would go there. Well, and now your opponent's Imp, too. And, I mean, if RonaldRage goes, like, Siege Ram, he has 2 Siege Workshops right there. The bigger issue for RonaldRage will be the Rattan Archers. And what the crap will he do about 40 Rattans in his base? That's the real issue. Because these things are going to do some damage. Let me tell you. We need Siege Ram or Onager. Siege Ram won't kill the Archers, though. We need Onager. Snippy is just going to full send the Siege Workshop with his vills. Imagine 1 Onager. Where there's no way we can afford it, though. We have no gold. And maybe we are going to go for another base trade? RonaldRage? Imp may have killed RonaldRage. Imp might be RonaldRage's final demise. If we have, do we have any bills over here? If we can get some siege going this direction. Honestly, we could just shoot the town center with the rattans. Where are these guys going? Oh, Snippy knows. Snippy knows, guys. Because of the mining camp and the houses, Snippy knows about this. And there's a trebuchet mixed with it. So he's going to be forced to back off of his push onto RonaldRage's base. He has to retreat with the rattans. This will buy RonaldRage time. He needs to use that time to go onto this gold. Now. He needs to grab like 10. He doesn't even have it. He only has 30, 40 villagers. This is crazy. Snippy has like no income. The fact that he went rattans is the reason he's winning. If he had just gone crossbows. The Trebs, I think he's banking on Snippy having gone imp. And if I kill the TCs, then I'll win and I'll kill the imp. But the truth is that Snippy's not clicked up to imp. Snippy doesn't care about imp. Snippy sees the opportunity to win the game right here. And he's going to take out these trebuchets with the rattans. Well, not until after he loses that town center. Light cav raiding from Snippy in the back. And it's got to be feeling pretty pressured from RonaldRage. He still has a castle. That's going to kind of stop Snippy in his place. And RonaldRage needed the castle here. He needed the castle like right freaking here. This is not that good of a castle. Oh my god, Snippy in the house is losing. Why? Why? Snippy, why? Why, Snippy, why? Why? Why, Snippy? What the crap? Holy moly, 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 moly. What a game.
And it's gone.
Okay, so this is a really unique game where Snippy occupies the middle of the map and RonaldRage occupies the outside. Oh, we're selling wood for almost no gold. At this point, you're selling 1,000 wood for like 140 gold. Why do we need it? Why do we want it? What are we gonna do with it? Are we getting rams? Tell me we're making rams with it. No. Are we making trebs? We're gonna make another trebuchet, right? I don't like that either. We need to find gold and then take it. And it needs to be here. Do we not know about this gold? Go and get the gold! Oh my god, oh my god, oh my god, oh my god. It's right there. We need this is the gold we should be taking right now. There's also exposed eco there. Do we know about that? It might be within range of that palisade. No, they're not quite. They might chop their way there though. Crossbows here. Now hitting the middle encampment. The rattans should easily defend it. Mainly what this is doing is just pulling everything back from killing RonaldRage's base. So what he needs to be using this time to do is make villagers, get upgrades. He's going to lose a good portion of his army. He's got 25 pikes still kicking around various parts of the map. Onager, Skirm, Knights, and Snippy, once again, has no town centers. Snippy is town centerless here at 1 minute and 27 seconds, despite having more villagers and about the same amount of army as his opponent. This is something. Oh, Snippy has another castle up his sleeve. We could kill this if we just sent all the vills. We could smash this down with villagers. Now we can't. We would have had to do literally anything other than completely nothing. We would have had to send the pikes and the crossbows in and then send all the vills. We're just going to migrate. We're going to migrate. That's whatever. If we migrate over here, I'm all for it, to be honest. There's also, we could steal some farms up here. I don't even know anymore, this game, man. What's the relic count? I didn't even notice. I didn't even notice. Snippy has 3 relics, too. He's got gold. He's got relics. What? Where? Oh, those 3. Right. He kept dropping them at the castle. That's right. Villagers down here at the bottom. They are going to migrate. Snippy will not know about this. Right? Snippy does not know about this. He's planning on finding out about it, though. I don't know who's going over there to do that. These guys need to go here and build a castle. They can't do that. Oh, no. The knights. More damage from Snippy in the house. This is all dead now. This is all dead. We've just completely abandoned 3 town centers and 20 some odd farms. Snippy's gonna know about this. Will he? Well, no. In theory, he could know about it. Will he have seen the blue on the minimap? That's the actual question. And you know who's gonna do it for him? It's gonna be Jimmy. Jimmy's gonna be the one that betrays RonaldRage here. And these guys are gonna get eaten by. I bet we send some army over there. Not long from now. Blue just sold all of his wood. Yeah, I don't know what to do. We wanted armor. We wanted gold for something. We wanted gold for something? Well, I don't know what we're doing. We're going to pick off some vills. We're still within 4 vills of each other. Nobody's making villagers. No army coming down to the southern gold here from RonaldRage. Players taking res relatively close to each other. Now she, I would guess, is going to go and try to build that. I had to take a wild stab at it. Pikemen being fed to this town center. They still aren't helped. They still lack the last armor. And we will find out about the villagers there. And here comes the knights. That might be the final straw for RonaldRage, guys. He loses all those vills. He's already moving a bunch of them. Ah, he found another patch of gold and stone over on this side. I thought we agreed no creating vills. Chat, who do you think is going to win? Go. I still think RonaldRage is going to win, actually. Oh, no, I take it back. No, I take it back. Snippy wins 100%. Everybody's saying Snippy. Everybody's saying Snippy.
Robots will win the final war against you humans.
Well, that might be it. Because we'll just move the rattans in. And they'll kill all the pikes. They'll kill all the crossbows. And we're killing the goldvilles. This is all dead. This is the last bastion of RonaldRage's existence. He loses that castle now. The rattans and rams should clean all of this up. This is looking very Snippy victory-like, I gotta say. Ronald does have another TC over here. And again, I already said I would not begrudge anybody for hanging into this game to the bitter end at this point, after everything. RonaldRage calls the GG! And one of the best games of Age of Empires 2 concludes. And Snippy in the house. You earned that. One of the best games of AOE2 I have ever cast. I think we can all agree.
And another one. Another one.
That was insane. There were so many great moments from this game. I couldn't possibly nail all of them.
Another one. Another one.
Oh, that's hot. That's hot.
But yeah. If my YouTube channel ever becomes monetized and this video is the reason why. Man, I fucking suck. Fuck you, do not suck. Ronald, chat, if you think RonaldRage is an amazing player, type 69.
Nice.
You guys played unreal.
Nice.
Yeah.
Another one.
Like, best loss I've ever seen. You have so much to be proud of. Snippy, you played
Another
so
one.
good. This is such a good game. I don't even know what to say. 70, Darrock. How dare you? We had a bunch of follows and stuff come in during that. My fucking arm hurts. 3 games and that's the last one? What's the final KD? What's the final KD? 351. They never got over 60. What was the villager high? What was the vill high? Like worker high? I don't even know, man. That's a lot. Look how close the res collected still was. It was close all the way to the end. Society? I have to click a thing. There it is. 76 vills. I was going to say, I don't think we got over 60 vills. We got up to 76 at one point. Hard to imagine. Let's hit the replay button and see all the... we had a bunch of clips during just this game. There might be 1 or 2 from the previous game, but I'm going to hit the replay button and let's just take a second to decompress from all that. So much happened.
Yeah, what?
We did manage to clear the mangoes, though, and the crossbows are in the back of Snippy's base at the same time. The same game! That was actually a sick play by RonaldRage. He did not lose that many vills to take out 2 mangoes. The double tower from Snippy in the back of it. Does he have plus? He doesn't have the first armor, though. Ooh. Whoa! Nice mango shot from RonaldRage. And he cleans a good portion of Snippy's archers. And Snippy is no longer going to be... Now it looks like we may be able to clear. And that next batch of monks, like I said, it was absolutely critical. A sick hold here. Oh, man. The elephant over here has killed a ton of villagers. We've lost a ton of villagers here, guys. RonaldRage is leaking villagers like a sieve. Vill count just about even. But Snippy is... Dude, we're going to win because of the converted elephants. Oh, more conversions on the knights would be nice. Let's get some more conversion on the knights. Oh, what a defense. That was a sick defense. Let's push. RonaldRage is still in this, guys. The vill count is a little flip-floppy, but RonaldRage... The elephants are back in Snippy's possession, and that's going to save him from this push. What the fuck? Snippy clinging to life. This is not that good of a castle. Oh my god, Snippy in the house is losing. Why? Why? Snippy, why? Why, Snippy, why? Why? Why, Snippy? What the crap? What a set. What a fucking set. Actually insane. Why, Snippy? Why? I love how the clips are like Snippy. Wait, hang on. I want to see this entire clip. It got clipped off at the end. 1 second. I want to see this entire clip. Save him from this push. What the fuck? Snippy clinging to life. Like the last bits of goo on that plate that you left to sit in the sink 4 days ago. I'm looking at you. Oh, man. All right. Good.